So, good day everyone. I am Heidi Joyce Ordigasman from Visit English 1B. Reading in the Philippine history. So for today, we were going to tackle about the historical events and places in the Philippines. On the morning of April 27, 1521, Magellan sailed to Mactan to confront the rebellious Datu Lapu-Lapu. During the resulting Battle of Mactan with hostile natives led by Lapu-Lapu, Magellan was killed. His body was never recovered. A shrine has been built in his honor near the battle site. 1565, colonization of Philippines began with the arrival of Spanish explorer Miguel Lopez de Legazpi from Nueva España and formed the first European settlements in Cebu. The colony was administered through the Viceroyalty of Nueva España until 1821. When Mexican patriots seceded from the Spanish Empire after 1821, the colony was governed directly from Spain. Manila Galleon or Galeones de Manila Acapulco service was inaugurated, providing passage once or twice per year across the Pacific Ocean between Manila and Spain via Nueva España. This was made possible with the discovery of the ocean passage of Andres de Urdaneta and continued until 1815, when the Mexican Revolution put a permanent stop to the galleon trade route. Martin de Goite was a Spanish Basque conquistador and the founder of the city of Manila. Goite was one of the soldiers who accompanied the Spanish colonization of the East Indies in 1565. He was the leader of the expedition to Manila, ordered by Miguel Lopez de Legazpi in 1569. There he fought a number of battles against the Muslim chieftain Ra Sulaiman III of Manila for control of lands and settlements. Goite is laid to rest in a tomb inside the San Agustin Church in Intramuros. In 1781, one of the 46 early settlers of Pueblo de Nuestra Señora Reina de Los Angeles, now the city of Los Angeles, probably was a Filipino by the name of Antonio Miranda Rodriguez. Rizal was arrested en route to Havana, imprisoned in Barcelona, and sent back to Manila to stand trial. He was implicated in the revolution through his association with members of the Katipunan and was to be tried before a military tribunal for rebellion, sedition, and conspiracy. During the entire passage, he was unchained. No Spaniard laid a hand on him and had many opportunities to escape but refused to do so. Rizal was convicted on all three charges and sentenced to death. Blanco, who was sympathetic to Rizal, had been forced out of office, and Freyars had intercalated Camilo de Polavieja in his place, sealing Rizal's fate. He was found guilty of all charges and sentenced to die by firing squad. While awaiting execution, he was sealed in the cell of Fort Santiago, where he wrote, "Mi ultimo adios." In 1896, December 30, execution of Jose Rizal at the Bagong Bayan Luneta Presente site of Rizal Park in the city of Manila. In 1897, the Katipunan Magdalua movement of Cavite under self-appointed General Emilio Aguinaldo and another Cavite faction, the Magdiwang, was embroiled in a power struggle as to who would lead the formation of a revolutionary government. The Pact of Biak na Bato signed on December 14, 1897 created a trust between Spanish colonial governor General Fernando Primo de Rivera and Emilio Aguinaldo to end the Philippine Revolution. Aguinaldo and his fellow revolutionaries were given amnesty and monetary indemnity by the Spanish government in return for the revolutionary government would go into voluntary exile in Hong Kong. Aguinaldo would later use the money to purchase firearms. In 1898, April 21, start of Spanish-American War following the sinking on February 15 in Havana Harbor of the battleship USS Maine. In 1898, May 19, Aguinaldo returned to the Philippines and he immediately resumed revolutionary activities against the Spaniards, now receiving verbal encouragement from emissaries of the U.S. In a matter of months, revolutionary forces conquered nearly all of Spanish-held territories with the exception of Manila, which was completely surrounded. The Filipinos now controlled the Philippines. Aguinaldo also turned over 15,000 Spanish prisoners to the Americans, offering them valuable intelligence. In June 12, Aguinaldo declared independence from Spain at his house in Cavite, El Vedio. The declaration, however, was not recognized by the United States or Spain, as the Spanish government ceded the Philippines to the United States in the 1898 Treaty of Paris. Tensions between the Philippine Revolutionary Government and all the American government existed because of the conflicting movements for independence and colonization, aggravated by feelings of betrayal on the part of Aguinaldo. In 1899, March 23, the insurgent First Philippine Republic formally established with the proclamation of the Malolos Convention in Malolos, Bulacan. In June 2, the Malolos Congress declared war on the United States, with Pedro Paterno, President of Congress, issuing a proclamation of war. The date marked the beginning of the Philippine-American War, which ensued between 1899 and 1902. The Thomasites arrived in the Philippines on August 12, 1901 to establish a new public school system in the American model to teach basic education and to train Filipino teachers. The Philippines had enjoyed a public school system since 1863, when a Spanish decree first introduced public elementary education in the Philippines. The Thomasites expanded and improved the public school system and switched to English as the medium of instruction. The name Thomasites was derived from the transport vessel the USS Thomas that brought them to the shores of Manila Bay. By 1902, there will be a total of about 1,074 stationed in the Philippines. In 1934, March 24, the Tidings-McDuffie Act, officially the Philippines Independence Act, Public Law 73-127, was approved, a United States federal law which provided for self-government of the Philippines and for Filipino independence from the United States. After a period of 10 years, it was authored by Maryland Senator Millard Tydings and Alabama Representative John McDuffie. Philippine Senate President Manuel Quezon headed a Philippine independence mission to Washington, D.C. that successfully secured the Act's passage in Congress. The Act provided for the drafting and guidance of a constitution for a 10-year transitional period, which became the government of the Commonwealth of the Philippines before the granting of the Philippine independence. During the United States would maintain military forces in the Philippines. Furthermore, during this period, the President of the United States was granted the power to call into military service all military forces of the Philippines government. The Act also permitted the maintenance of U.S. naval bases within this region for 2 years after independence. The Act reclassified all Filipinos that were living in the United States as aliens for the purposes of the immigration to America. Filipinos were no longer allowed to come legally to the U.S. as migrant workers, and a quota of 50 immigrants per year was established. The pre-World War II years, 1939 to 40, the new government embarked on ambitious nation-building policies in preparation for economic and political independence. This included national defense, such as the National Defense Act of 1935, which organized a conscription for services in the country, greater control over the economy, the perfection of democratic institution, reforms in education, improvement of transport, the promotion of local capital, industrialization and colonization of Mindanao, which up to this time has resisted any outside control of the predominantly Muslim population. However, other uncertainties, especially in the diplomatic and military situation in Southeast Asia and the level of U.S. commitment to the future Republic of the Philippines and in the economy due to the Great Depression proved to be major problems. The situation was further complicated by the presence of agrarian unrest and of power struggles between Osmania and Quezon, especially after Quezon was permitted to be re-elected after one 6-year term. In 1941, July 25, U.S. Secretary of War Henry Stimson requested that President Franklin D. Roosevelt issue orders calling the military forces of the Commonwealth into active service for the United States. Stimson explained all practical steps should be taken to increase the defensive strength of the Philippine Islands. On July 31, 1941, the Philippine Department had 22,000 troops, assigned 12,000 of whom were Philippine Scouts. The main component was the Philippine Division under the command of Major General Jonathan Wainwright. Between July and December 1941, the garrison received 8,500 reinforcements consisting of additional aircrafts and crews for air defense of the islands. In December 7, Japan launched surprise attack at Pearl Harbor. 10 hours later, on December 8, Japanese aircraft bombed Clark Air Base, Sangley Point Naval Station, and the other military targets in the Philippines. The Commonwealth government drafted the Philippine Army into the U.S. Army Forces Far East, which would resist Japanese invasion. President Quezon declared Manila an open city to prevent its destruction and was eventually occupied by the Japanese on January 2, 1942. Meanwhile, battles against the Japanese continued on the Bataan Peninsula Corridor and the parts of the Visayan Islands until the final surrender of United States and Philippine forces. February 1942, President Quezon and Vice President Osmeña were escorted by troops from Manila to Corregidor, and later they were evacuated to Australia and then to the United States. During the exile, Quezon became ill with tuberculosis and died August 1, 1944 in Saranac Lake, New York. Vice President Osmeña replaced him as president. In 1942, March 12, as the Battle of Bataan raged on General MacArthur, his family, and several USA FFE staff officers left Corregidor for Mindanao aboard 4 PT boats and was eventually flown to Australia, where he broadcasted to the Filipino people his famous "I shall return" promise. MacArthur's departure marked the end of the USA FFE, and by 22 March, the defending army was renamed United States Forces in the Philippines, USFIP, and LT Gen. Jonathan Wainwright was placed in command. The Battle of Bataan represented the most intense phase of Japan's invasion of the Philippines. The capture of the Philippine Islands was crucial to Japan's effort to control the Southwest Pacific, seize the resource-rich Dutch East Indies, and protect its Southeast Asia flank. In 1942, April 9, Fall of Bataan, Maj. Gen. Edward P. King met with Maj. Gen. Kamechiro Nagano, and after several hours of negotiation, the remaining weary, starving, and emaciated American and Filipino defenders on the battle-swept Bataan Peninsula surrendered. It was the largest surrender in American and Filipino military history and was the largest American surrender since the American Revolution. Fall of Corregidor, May 6, 1942. After weeks of constant Japanese bombardment, LT Gen. Jonathan Wainwright finally surrendered the Corregidor garrison at about 1:30 p.m. Corregidor, the Gibraltar of the East, has fallen and marked the fall of the Philippines. More than 2 brutal years occupation follows. The bombing of Manila by American aircrafts and Japanese General Tomoyuki Yamashita surrenders all Japanese forces in the Philippines, and Filipino welcomed the liberators. On July 4, 1946, representatives of the United States of America and of the Republic of the Philippines signed a Treaty of General Relation. between the two governments. The treaty provided for the recognition of the independence of the Republic of the Philippines as of July 4, 1946, and the relinquishment of American sovereignty over the Philippine island. The Philippines celebrates its Independence Day in recognition of June 12, 1898, when the Philippines declared its independence from Spain, although its independence was not recognized until July 4, 1946 by the United States. From 1946 to 1962, the Philippines observed Independence Day on July 4 each year. In 1961, President Diosdado Macapagal reverted the holiday to the June 12 date, which up to that time had been observed as Flag Day in the Philippines. In place of the former Independence Day, Macapagal created Filipino-American Friendship on July 4.